God, it's Tuesday, pull up a seat, talking Commanders football, drinking our whiskey neat. First Amendment sports, Ken, Kevin, and Tim. Don't muff it up, fellas, hail to the Redskins. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday, here on First Amendment Sports.
Thank you and welcome to Tuesday night. Not a Victory Tuesday, but every Tuesday it goes down in the W column in this basement. I'm Ken Meringolo. He's Kevin Ricca.
I mean, it's always fun to be here on a Tuesday, win or loss, but we muffed it up this Saturday, Ken, and we lost, and it wasn't fun. But that's what happens sometimes when you play the game. But I hate this 1 week on, 1 week off. It's starting to drive me crazy. Last September was 3-1. Now we're 2-2. Figuring it out.
The off was exceptionally off, which kind of
right
is somewhat troubling. Ken Harris, EO, manner of speaking, Rhett, Greg, AGH. Hope he's up late talking about a Commanders game. Not the win we wanted, especially going into the week against the Chargers. We'll talk about all of that. I think, I don't know. We looked pretty old in week 4. For week 4, we looked our age, which is troubling. The one thing about everyone wants to harp on the age thing. I'm not harping on the age thing. I'm just saying this is who we are. And there's a never-ending supply of like 32-year-old football players, on the streets. So if that's the route you want to go, so be it. We're missing guys. So you don't have Jaden Daniels on the field. You don't have Terry McLaurin on the field. You don't have some serious dudes on the field. You can't draw drastic conclusions about our team from this game.
No, it's not September. We would never.
So I would love to see. Hopefully, I know the Chargers are a really good team. I think with Jaden Daniels, we have a chance of going in there and winning that game. But being 2-2 through 4 weeks, given like the way we got there, I think it's not the story of a bad team. It's just the story of an uneven September. And so I say all that. The league is getting its ass kicked right now. Not like, there's like good stories. Buffalo's doing great. Philadelphia Eagles are giving you tush push content for years.
Yeah, for those guys.
Yeah, for those guys. Mahomes is doing his thing big. About just good stories, but the decimation of talent, which happens every year, but I don't know. We always say like this year feels different, but like no Joe Burrow this week, and for X amount of question mark, no Lamar Jackson. Jaden Daniels has been off the field.
Dudes are dropping like flies.
And what's his Malik Neighbors is out for the season. Like that's like a dude.
But dude, my first 2 picks. Just they got it. No, but I'm not a fantasy guy. But I'm just like,
what
I mean? Like,
I am a little bit. But
no, I get it.
But Malik Neighbors is you want to watch that guy play.
Of course you do, and that's why I took him. I'm like, damn it, we'll get rid of him week 1. We don't have to worry about it. But shit, man, these are
Bosa,
these are a lot. Every name you just mentioned is a great football player.
These are just the top of the line.
You're sitting here going like, Jesus.
That doesn't even count the Dietrich Wises and Will Harrises of the world, because those guys are dropping like flies around the league too. But there's top line, so it's an interesting landscape. I don't overuse that word, but it's an interesting scene in the NFL right now. And getting through it is going to be it's like a team or two will qualify for the playoffs because it's like driving your race car through the wreck around turn 3, within the smoke. You have no idea if you're going to come out clean the other end or not. But we have I like the guys driving our car.
No, I agree. In September, that's what it is. Yeah. So 2-2 is not. It's not like we crashed the car. Mm-hmm. We're just getting a little,
Maybe a flat tire. Maybe change that.
We got to change the tires, especially with all that tread on them as the oldest team in the league. So, yes, sometimes you got to go see Michael, right?
What is it?
Meineke? What the heck?
My ball bag was showing.
Oh, it was just a one ball in there?
Ball bag was
smelled terrible.
Hanging out there. Tyreek? Of course, Tyreek. Anyways.
That's a lot of juice.
It's a ton of juice. It's super early in the season. Right, I believe the Ravens, like Roquan Smith and Ronnie Stanley, are also hurt.
Dude, they had 6 dudes on defense out at one point during the game.
Yeah,
6 starters.
I mean, Roquan, your dog linebacker and stud left tackle and quarterback.
Let's just say this, though. Obviously, Ken and I are not making excuses for getting our ass kicked down south on Sunday. Because, it just, from the jump, Ken, last week, we got Debo flying down the field, 60-some yard kickoff return, getting us a little fired up. God damn, the start to this week felt like old shit. You know what I mean? Just huge drives, just 3 and out for us and then another big drive. Like, I'm just going to say this. Joe Witt's a hell of a football coach. But sometimes you get schemed up, you get schooled. Sometimes people take you behind the woodshed and you get taken to school. You get your ass kicked a little bit. He certainly did. I texted you and I wasn't trying to pile in, and I heard a million people. Anyone who thinks he should be fired is an asshole. Stop. Say no more. But he got squared up last week.
Yeah, he did.
No doubt about it. Because when you have 2nd and 17, 16, 13, 12, and 12, 5 different drives, they got all of them. The 4th and 2, when they ran the ball at the middle, didn't you want to puke? They'd line up. They line up in 4th and 2 around midfield, two and some change, a long ass 2, a thick ass 2, and they run Algier up the middle. That's after the other 5 times, and people are like, "Well, we don't have enough talent on our defense." Well, why the hell were we in 2nd 17, 2nd and 16? I get there's a penalty here and there, but 4 of those were tackles for a loss when we beat ass on first down. I don't want to get into it, and I'm not like a stat guy, but Joe Witt coming out at halftime, we're like, all right, Mr. Adjustment, right? Mr. Last year. First of all, we're supposed to get more turnovers. I'm going to give him shit for that too. We're still stuck at that same pace. He comes out and they scheme up Bijan Robertson with a wash coming through, and only poor Bobby Wagner out there in about a 30 by 30 yard of space, and there's no one else. Bro, that's not how you come out of halftime. That's not the halftime adjustment
Bobby,
we're looking for.
You go get him. You handle that.
And good luck out there, sir. And listen,
first overall.
We did some good shit on first down, but if you want to look at the second down numbers of Michael Penix, obviously that's where Joe Witt got put.
Yep.
I mean, he got put in the spin cycle there. It was 11 for 12. 11 in a row, Ken, on second down. That dude threw for almost 190 yards on second down and 2 teeters. We got schooled. Yes, the last 4 downs of the game. On third down, they got us. But we got worked on second down. I mean, absolutely drilled. It's a killer, man. That's when it's not fun to watch. You get your guys behind the chains 5, 6 separate times and still take it on the chin, first down on a third or a second. It was brutal.
We were chasing it in a bad way.
It
So
felt
it felt like we were
green,
behind it, and we never got
Yeah.
up to even, and we were always a move behind. That's a familiar feeling for defenses that we've seen, and it's not a good feeling. I thought that the way the game was going, I thought there was a couple obvious mistakes that we made that could easily have changed this 7-point the other way thing. I don't think like we didn't get worked in the terms like the way that we beat the Raiders, for example. That said, we were always playing from behind against this team on Sunday, and we couldn't stop the one thing that could get us back into the game, which was their run and their Bijan. So now I think that's where being the oldest team in the league can really hurt you, because if an offensive coordinator can figure out how to get one of the top 5 athletes in the league one-on-one with the oldest linebacker in the league, that's
all right. Now you're aging.
I'm aging. I know Bobby Wagner's great, but
Bobby Wagner's second in the NFL in tackles,
of course,
as we speak. Never has coverage been hit. There's not one mother effing middle linebacker on the universal planet that can have a wash come through with a bunch of crossers, get caught up in the mix, and go guard that guy in space. There's not one. There isn't one. That guy doesn't exist. Throw Bobby under the bus all day. That's fair. Coverage is not his specialty, but he's not shitty at it. He's shitty at guarding Bijan Robinson in a 30 by 30 open space. So is anybody. Anyone.
Yep.
Holy hell. I mean,
EO's just calling for a couple of snaps for like Kane Medrano. Listen, I would say this. we can't commit the mistakes that put us behind the mistakes were as much of a problem as our inability to tackle Bijan Robinson. And
it was across the
turnovers.
board. It wasn't just Joe Witt. It was across the
Yeah.
board. Our inability to tackle in general
Yeah.
was bullshit.
It's-
Since when? I know Bijan's a handful. He wasn't the only guy. I understand they're big guys. They're all. They didn't do shit last week. I know
Yeah.
that's not how you compare and contrast, but I'm sorry. All of a sudden, we made London. London is a player. 8 for 10 for a touchdown. He made some great plays. He made that cat
He's
like
number one,
he's a stud.
wide receiver drafted, I believe.
He's
in
a
this
stud.
class.
Bijan's as good as there is.
He's as good as
Yeah,
there
I mean,
is.
shit.
I think that I still believe we're a better team than the Atlanta Falcons. I do believe that, especially with
I
our,
agree.
our guys versus their guys.
I
But
agree.
that's not how it played out, and that's not how the record will show it. I like that taste in your mouth going to California.
I don't know.
I want to
Tastes like
be
shit. Ken.
I want to be flying
You
high.
want a shit sandwich flying out to Cali?
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
Just like get humbled and be just a little bit more serious about things, because the Chargers don't have a Bijan Robinson, but our Marion Hampton is a hard runner. It might be a little bit better for style for us to defend.
oh, of course it is.
But Justin
We
Herbert's also an
matched
animal.
those. Yes. Yeah, but he hasn't been playing great. But whatever.
But their
Obviously, Atlanta
defense
wasn't playing great last week either.
No, their
So,
defense is tough. Derwin
their
James.
defense is their defense is a force.
Khalil Mack will not be
Thank
there. I
God.
don't believe.
Thank
That's
God.
huge.
That's-
They still
that's
have,
great.
they have dudes. I never like playing against Derwin James.
He
I
might be
think-
as good as anybody we see at
Yeah.
that position. But hey, look, we saw Crosby. I feel the same way about him. Those guys that are just A+ elite, dominant people of their position. Derwin James he's going to make a million plays and frustrate the shit out of our offense because he's great. We've known that forever. In fact, you and I loved him so much when he came out. We were begging, pleading, trade everyone, just get. But
Where did he go to Florida or Florida State? Derwin James? Do you know? I thought it was maybe Miami.
now that you say it,
It's
now I
a
have
Florida
no
school,
chance.
right? Okay.
My
Someone
final
on
guess
board.
is Florida.
Okay.
I feel like he went to Florida. I don't know why.
Something like that. I don't know.
I don't.
I just we loved him out of college.
Someone's going to school us real quick, but
I think you could say
the
we had-
draft stuff. Remember his number, and everyone was like drooling, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Did he go the one before us or the one after us? He went the one after us, right? Derwin James?
What do you mean the one after
He-
us?
didn't he get picked one pick after our pick?
I don't know.
Was that the Jonathan Allen year? It was something like that.
If you ask me one more question, I don't know. It's going to get
Mm.
super embarrassing.
Mm.
Ask me something easy, quick.
How you doing?
Fair.
All right. I like it. I like it.
Let me skip this. All right, thank God.
So 2 and 2 through 4. The teams are getting teams are getting eliminated from playoff contention by virtue of a variety of factors, but not the least of which is attrition, personnel. And so
Top level attrition.
we're getting a really good player back. I think that's like not many teams. A lot of teams go in the season and all they can do is lose guys. So when Sam Cosmi comes back, that's a huge add. That is like a huge. I don't know. It's you add an interior offensive lineman who is one of our better
He's a Pro
ones.
Bowler, man.
Yeah. So that's kind of a big deal. Not many teams add that kind of guy midseason.
That's some positive news.
That's some positive news, and that can equal out some of the other stuff going on. Plus, we're getting some really good reps to guys right now. For the December push.
Yeah, no, that's true. Some of these younger guys, I will say, let's not be completely negative. Let's talk about Sinnott and Luke, two guys that we've coupled together as they have floundered about, maybe not stepping up early enough in the second portion of last season that we thought they might, but with guys like Ertz out ahead of them and our receiving core, I understand. Super cool to see how those guys have stepped up the last couple weeks. With Terry being nicked up a little bit and not playing this week, dude, our guy Luke is showing that he can play.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's at that level yet, but he is showing that he is a player, and he's gonna be a damn good player for a couple of years. And Sinna's blocking abilities, we already know he's a great pass catcher, so that's super cool. I really dig that those two guys are showing.
He's gonna be super believable as a two-way tight end
You're
in this
damn
league
right.
pretty soon.
You're damn right. They're bringing him along at the pace that they see. Both those guys aren't getting rushed, and they're not worried about what we think. I think it's very cool. Those guys are in that mix right now. What they've done for themselves, how they've gotten themselves ready. That's great. Those are big time draft picks, as well as Cosme. He's one of our own.
Yep.
You know, he's ours. We re-signed him. We made the big deal, and now he comes back. We need that. We need that badly.
Offensive line addition mid-season at that level of talent. That's a crazy shot in the arm. What was the Orioles guy who was doing the B12 shots? Who gave Rafael Palmeiro his B12 shot?
I'm telling you, these questions.
I'm coming at you.
Rene
Sorry.
Gonzalez. It was Rene R.C. Gonzalez was passing out the shots. That I know.
It was the guy who played for the Oakland Athletics,
man.
and then he came over to the O's. Anyways, great shot at B12. We'll figure out who that guy is. But the guys who are still standing are I think the guys who we want to get to be on the field and getting better. Like, for example, Luke and Ben. Luke McCaffrey, he's just like a classic example of if you draw plays up for him, he's going to execute them. I mean, the stats showed last year that he was one of the top guys at getting open in the entire league. He just wasn't our primary or secondary target ever, and that's okay. But he's just like the kind of guy that if you decide to target him, he's going to produce because he's good at he's smart and he's good at getting open. I mean, and that's like there's just like
he's a great complementary to a number one, but there was not a true number one. Debo's more of a hybrid. He's not a true number one receiver. He's a great football player, but I don't even know how you describe him. So Luke, I think, will be fantastic when Terry gets back, and he's that number 3 guy settling in. And I'm not talking about the slot guy that Jalen Lane's going to be great at. I think.
All of them play, but like the idea. I mean, okay, so of course, if you're building a wide receiver, core, give me like the 6'5", 225 Calvin Johnson guy.
Tay Martin 6'3". We brought
6'3".
him. He had one catch. I thought he might give us a little something in that 13 jersey.
Yeah,
but bringing him off the practice squad, he had a catch. But yeah, he has that type, but he's too skinny to be that big, massive framed.
Then you also want like I don't know, for lack of the first guy that comes to mind, like a Wes Welker-y, shifty, reliable
Tariq,
inside guy.
I mean, well,
for us, who's our guy in that role?
Yeah, I mean, well, Jalen Lane, but he's he's shifty. He's just not built like that, power packed. But he's built powerfully. He just isn't
I feel like
short.
Debo is kind of our answer to that. It's just not traditional. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like,
true.
Because then like the next guy up, he has to be like for like a Noah Brown type.
Well, we need Noah Brown.
Yeah, Noah Brown would be a great Noah Brown
type.
for us.
Would be a nice. It'd be nice if we could just get him healthy.
That would be the best
listen,
Noah Brown ever.
I'm not mad at him, but the best ability is availability, and he has not been great at that. What he's been great at is production when he's on the field, though. So you got to take the good with the bad and hope for the best. But come on, Noah Brown, get that body healthy. We need you making some of those third down catches in traffic when Jaden puts the ball on the body and he comes up with it, no matter what's going on. And we'll see what happens with Jaden. I
like Ken Harris when he's the other aspect of Luke McCaffrey, the kickoff returns. Because it's so, again, don't need to talk a lot about kickoff return plays, but some teams do it better than others. Our guys get yards. Luke McCaffrey steps in, and we're getting yards.
I think we're the best at it.
I think we are the best at it.
Number one in kickoff return yardage.
It's
and there's a reason for it.
Yes, and Luke McCaffrey is a valuable piece of our team because of his ability to do that. I mean, you look at there's guys who you think are really good football players who are returning kicks all over the league, and they're not, and that goes for our blocking schemes, like with the way we operate. It's very. It's a well-oiled machine. I love that play. I love the way we do it. But people get their head knocked off.
I was going to say, if there's one thing I did notice, and it was more so when we were on kickoff.
Okay.
But it was as violent and menacing as a play. Every time we ran down on kickoff team, one of their guys was lying somewhere for a while.
Yes.
We are absolutely volatile.
Brutal.
We're brutal. We're vicious. Our kickoff team has got a bunch of crazy ass dudes that can fly.
It's bringing that invincible-esque Vince Papale style of you know, street parking lot football in a an elegant way, but we're talking about in general 6'4" ish, 230-ish-pound tight ends, linebackers, defensive ends, safeties, who are all. So I understand they all start together like this, but as soon as the ball is snapped and the blocking scheme goes, then you have all the guys who are crashing in. So it's the guy who's running the ball who's 10 times more likely to get just completely, cracked. But the only difference is that the defender who gets the good hit, he's not coming at full speed straight on anymore. He's coming from the side.
From the side with jetpacks.
Oh,
Cajo was in there.
Yes.
I mean, these guys have our linebacking crew, like those guys that are flying down. We got Cajo and Medrano are as fast as linebackers can possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're ready for game action yet. I don't know if DQ feels that way. I have no idea because apparently DQ doesn't feel that way. But on specials, those maniacs are running down there. They're looking to prove themselves.
Yes.
I don't remember us being this physically aggressive. And like, this is supposed to be the soft version of kickoff. We are knocking dudes the hell out, and including ourselves in the process.
Yes.
But I just remember like 4 or 5 kickoffs. I was like, holy hell. There's another dude down, and good thing most of them all popped up.
Yes, they're not the hits. I'm sure they're getting their bell rung, but they're not. Again, it's still a violent play. It's like kind of like there's some genius to it because it's a super violent play still, but like in a way that guys aren't like getting the head injuries. I don't know how they actually like made a difference in that.
I don't know. They might want to rewatch our game tape this week and make a few adjustments because. I'm just telling you, I've agreed with you on 99% of the NFL. But what I watched our guys do this past week, I was like, good damn.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on kickoff return against this. That is no fun, man.
We're the best on both sides of the equation for kickoffs. We're the best, and for that to be a focus, it's a super focus because the thing that also is happening in the league is kickers are just dropping 55 to 60 yarders like it's nothing. So we
got a guy that can do it now, which I like.
He has the leg to do it, and it's like a thing. So really, if you get the ball at 35 to 40, which are on average you only really need like 20 yards of offense to be in range to take a field goal.
It's embarrassing.
It's and that's why that guy kicked it out of bounds the other night and gave him on the 40 and lost in the game. I'm trying to remember which game it was, but it doesn't matter. Like so the field position right now is in the NFL. I don't even know if it like needs fixing. It's just like figure it out. Like that's why our ability to cover and our ability to return, it creates such an advantage for us just from a total amount of expected points. We're 15 to 25 yards away from a field goal at our average starting field position on a kickoff. That's insane.
Did you see Nick Folk come out there last night looking like a box of donuts with a sack of potatoes taped around him? He's been in the league 19 years, and he kicked his longest ever at 58. I'm like, wait, hold up.
We have to look. This needs an investigation, by the way.
He looks like someone that dressed up as a member of the team for Halloween. He does not look like an NFL.
The balls are juiced. The kicking balls are juiced. I don't think there's any other explanation.
How the hell is old saggy sack getting himself a 58-yarder last night that would have been good from another freaking 7?
Dangling around, just these old guys. I think that the investigation that needs to happen is the balls, the kicking balls, because they made a big deal about these kicking balls 15, 20 years ago, something like it was within the last 20 years. And everything changed, and they had to be like high gloss, and they couldn't be, put in the dishwasher and the dryer.
They're now allowed to be manipulated
Because are you? I don't even know if they're balls anymore. I don't want to know what's going on because there's no way that these guys are kicking this ball like this with this distance and accuracy.
The accuracy is brutal. Like no one misses, and no one's short. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry, it's bizarre.
So. There is no excuse, and I would imagine Adam Peters is well ahead of us.
Larry? Yeah.
He's well ahead on this, but obviously Brandon Aubrey is the dude in Dallas. This is his world now as a kicker, and you gotta be combing the professional soccer leagues for the guy with this leg.
Man,
They're there.
we ain't found shit.
We haven't found anything, but they are there. These guys know how to kick the ball, and Brandon Aubrey is proof. And that's the route that they. I mean, God, I hate that Dallas
Don't show
got that
them.
right.
Don't show them kickoff and kickoff return. No, no.
Well,
thank
that's
you.
the thing. Now it's even so. Okay, last point.
No
about,
gracias.
No, last point about kickers, and then you can have all the rest of it. I yield all my kicker time back to you for the rest of the show.
No.
This kick, when I talked about the guy, he didn't kick it out of bounds. I forgot. He kicked it before the 20. So the kickoff now is no longer just like, hey, guy with a strong leg, just kick it as hard as you can. No, now it's like a finesse like kick to like the 18-yard line outside the hash. It's a soccer player's kick. Like it is. That is what it is.
Accuracy.
Yeah, accuracy,
involved,
distance,
level, spin,
all the height.
The
So,
art.
I mean, the fact that you don't have that guy now, there's no excuse for all 32 teams. That's 32 guys that will easily get paid. Because after a couple years, the veteran minimum on these contracts, these guys are going to be paid millions of dollars to be a kicker in this league. We're still talking about kickers, and it's my fault.
All right, well, then I
Matt
get my
Gay's
kicker
great.
space. We're
Yeah,
just going to
please.
get a bunch of people driving golf carts with bullseyes on them, like the old quarterback things. And if someone gets it in there, then someone gets the ball and gets out and takes off. Let's really juice this thing up.
You know what we
Accuracy
almost
points.
had? You know what we almost had? Guys, please, someone tell me who the name of this kicker was. The guy kicked. It was at the end of the game. The guy kicked it, and it landed at the 21-yard line, and it had to land inside the 20. So it landed at the 21, so it came out to the 40. If it had gone into the 20,
Right.
And that cost them the game because then they needed like 15 yards, and they got a game-winning field goal. Well, the replay of the ball, it was clear that it hit like the 21, maybe the 20 and a half. But I was like, we are going to have a replay at some point. Maybe in a huge game where it find out if the ball hit inside
A 20-yard
Oh.
a 20-yard ball manipulation
It's gonna be like
play.
Wimbledon. It's gonna be like Wimbledon, and they're gonna be like, "Is it in?" Everyone's gonna. It's going to be a thing. I don't know if I love it or hate it. I think I probably love it. But like when I saw that replay there, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Someone's gonna challenge that the ball did or didn't, and it's gonna be it's gonna be the U.S. Open.
And whoever the analyst is, don't say by a hair. I'm just warning you up front. That's not good.
John McEnroe will be involved. So, anyways, I thought that was in the week that was for this league. Like 2 weeks ago, the story was all the special teams prowess, touchdowns, defensive touchdowns. This week, I thought that the story of the week was kicker. It's a kicker's world, and we're all living in it. And
Sweet.
and decimation. I mean, just absolute like cold-hearted. I mean, what's going on with the Ravens right now is unreal to me. Like if that happened to my team, like that's just in September. That list of players, it's not. I mean, that's.
I know.
Lamar's coming back. I don't know about Ronnie Stanley. I don't know about Roquan Smith. I don't know. But like,
They
still,
are in some trouble. They're in some trouble,
Derrick
man.
Henry can't do it. And please, for the love of God, stop running Derrick Henry east to west, ahead of plays. He's fast and powerful, and he'll do all the things, but he's not doing anything if he's running to the laterally.
I mean, I get it, but let's get him in between the tackles working out first. That's when you can bust him outside.
He's got moves.
But I know what you're saying, because I'd much prefer the linebacker position as a linebacker if he was running that way, not this way.
Yes.
God dang it.
Yes. And that's well.
I can run over there and tackle you by the ankles, but this way I have to hang on and pray for dear life.
All right, Ken Harris with your ball manipulation comments.
Well, you have been manipulating that ball bag multiple times this evening, Ken. I noticed there was only one ball in it as well.
It was a one ball. Well, the one ball was showing. One ball was showing.
Is it one big one? And never mind.
The Chargers this week. I'll obviously root against them. I like rooting for. I don't know why I like Jim Harbaugh as a coach.
I don't know either. I think he's a good coach too, and a good man, but he's also easy to not like.
He's super hateable. Super hateable, and that's not something I like about him at all. I'm not the kind of guy.
You told me last week. It's the receiver glove stanky khaki combination.
The receiver glove stanky khaki. There's a sweater involved there, I believe.
I know, but I feel like his wife at least changes the sweater out. Those khakis have a stank in them.
And then 1980s
that football stank.
CIA glasses. You know what I mean?
He doesn't care.
I think
he does not wash those khakis. He keeps those khakis in a personal bag. Like they're so gross.
He's a secret agent. I've been
He's a
convinced of
football
this.
guy, and I'm not mad at him.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna
He's
say
super hateable.
Well, I mean, when you leave, whatever.
Dude, it's a trail of tears behind him, you know, in some cases.
But that was the game plan. And it was
That's
executed, and they were all like, "Attaboy, now get on out there and go pro."
San Francisco the San Francisco one was so weird. I don't understand it. I have no idea. I'm glad I'm not closer to it. But I love Justin Herbert. I love Keenan Allen. And Ladd McConkey's fun to watch. They have their offensive line they've been drafting young offensive linemen. They're pretty good.
Well, thank God, because
well,
they're in trouble.
They are in trouble
At that position. Everything else looks good, but you can't lose your left tackle, then take Joe Alt from right tackle, move him to left, and lose him as well.
It's bad.
That's where we have a glimpse of hope.
Yes, exactly. That's
Based on the fact that we got a lot of big names out. That's what I'm speaking
subtraction
of
talent.
I mean, everyone's against it.
Yep.
Everyone's up against it.
And Marion Hampton is a
and
good
the subtraction of talent game.
Yeah.
Thank you for not having both your starting tackles.
Yes, I mean the reason why at the beginning of the show I was talking about how I like our chances against O'Mary and Hampton better than the Bijans of the league. Not because obviously, you know, everyone, you know, Bijan's a great experienced veteran guy. O'Marion runs upright. He runs powerfully. He finds the hole, but he's between the tackles. Our guys are big, and they're going to get their hands on him. He leaves a lot of body to grab, and we got some grabby dudes.
He ain't no Bijan.
No,
and we've got some veterans, and we've got some talent at that spot. That's not the worry. It's the previous guys that you said, and Justin Herbert. You know, I think he's top 5 right now in yards in the league. Obviously, he usually is. He can spin it a little bit, and they're going to have to spin it because I don't think they're going to have. They want to come out and freaking run it up our ass, and they're going to try their best and tight end the shit out of it. Let's be fair.
They want to
run. Eventually, they're going to have
to
spin it to beat us because.
But they always do, because it's Justin Herbert. And the problem with him is I feel like our lot in life as fans of the team watching our defensive ends over the last few years or 20 is watching our guys like get their hands on somebody, but like not enough. Like the McNabbs and the Carson Wentz's, you know, going all the way back and all. You know, we just even like last week, even watched Dorrance Armstrong. It just feels like we almost get Geno Smith, but
he leads the league in QB pressures. But
he does. He's putting a lot of pressure on him.
He's not handsy enough.
He's not closing the deal. He's pressuring
no
him.
McManus, sir.
On the car sales manager's like, I'm gonna give you some pressures on this one, but you didn't get the sale. You didn't get the sale.
Feel it in my palms.
I feel it in the hue. I don't know. I like our chances against Herbert in the first 2 or 3 seconds of the play. You know, but he stays alive because he's so big and so strong, and he can throw it with guys on him. And we haven't been able to like cover for like that 4th and 5th second that great. It doesn't seem like.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know. On second down, Penix spent the majority of the game throwing from a clean pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Very frustrating. Their O-line obviously did a good job against our front 4 when we played coverage and rush 4 and didn't get pressure, and that's part of the game. Like, I'm not giving Joe Witt shit for that.
Yep.
That is the name of the game. That's where we're at our best. That's how we dominated the Giants when we beat their ass, who just beat this team.
Yep.
So I'm not pouncing on him for that like everyone else in the world was. We got to be better. We got to win. We got to have someone in the front 4 win. And with JJB out for a couple weeks now, we're going to have another starting defensive end, which will be our 3rd. I mean, that's tough. I'd like to see Von Miller have a little more juice to him, and we'll see. But that's what we're going to need, guys like that to step up this week because, you know, they have 2 tackles that are out, and we have starting ends that are out. That's going to be the name of the game. Whose backups are better?
Yep.
And I think they got they're starting guards in concussion protocol. They have some upfront issues this week. That's giving me a little bit of hope about taking that ass stomping and having to fly out all the way across the country.
It's a huge deal if that's where they're at, because if our guys step up and play with the way that we think they can, they're gonna they'll have a talent advantage. On
pretty cool at the line of scrimmage.
at the line of scrimmage. Talent advantage at the line of scrimmage
Specifically
is,
at the defensive tackle position.
That's right. I mean, you put in Kinlaw and
Yes,
Payne up the
yes.
middle against whatever they're throwing at us. That's where you're going to need Dorrance and Vaughn and who even Newton for that matter. In my opinion, I would love to see him on the outside coming in.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to see him outside Kinlaw on plays, but we should be able to be. That's the problem. Is those guys? Is we need the help from that secondary of ours, which is super tested early. I mean, it's a passing league.
Super banged up.
It's a passing league, and we're super banged up.
Super young.
I know. This is where it gets dicey. This is why I thought that our loss to the Falcons, because we lost 34-27, and I know it was a touchdown. We didn't get the onside kick at the end, but it was. We also turned it over in a bad spot and made a couple of mistakes that flipped the coin flip balance.
And didn't
power.
get any. Shane Russell snagged one.
And nothing else went our way.
Nice, but we just when the ball's on the ground, we're fudging allergic to it.
Yeah, last year we were so good at that.
I know, and now we just don't get it. It's just that thingy. It's on the ground so many times this year, and I'm like, just grab the ball.
Get the ball.
Manipulate the pigskin with your bare hands. Jesus, somebody.
I thought we're capable of scoring 30-something points in a sloppy game that's decided on, a fourth quarter drive. That's in our wheelhouse right now for sure.
I agree.
And that's kind of where we were last week.
Although without Terry, obviously it was a little more difficult.
So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult. It's a lot more, and
He
Jason for that matter.
stretches and he comes. Yeah, I mean,
By the way, that's a hat tip to Marcus Mariota and to Cliff Kingsbury that we're focusing on not having Terry. We're focused on Austin Eckler out for the season. We're focused on our offensive line is dinged, and then meanwhile, it's our starting all world, all universe quarterback is day to day.
Yeah,
not on the field.
I don't want to harp on that and be a sourpuss of a guy we've had for a year, but we all know what a gigantic difference that makes in the W and loss column. But we're also aware that it's September and his health is of the utmost importance. So I appreciate him not getting thrown into the mix in September and having to slog out an injury-riddled year. As we look at everyone else taking their beatings across the league, we're lucky to have Marcus Mariota. Did he play as good as he did 2 weeks ago? No.
Nope.
Did he play good? I thought yes.
Oh yeah.
I thought he did.
Yeah, thought he played some damn good football.
Dummy interception there. Not sure why he threw that one on first down. I appreciate taking a look, but that safety over the top was never not there.
That's right.
He didn't get duped. He's too smart for that. I think maybe he just put a little too much on it. Whatever. Forget about that. He was damn good. The guy's tough as shit, and he's been very good.
I loved his runs. Loved his runs.
Me too.
Me too. I mean, because you have to have a quarterback who can make those runs in 2025. I think, period, and flat out.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're not. I mean, Patrick Mahomes can make those runs. He's probably the least likely to. He's the least ability to make those runs, but he makes them. I mean, everyone else is more athletic than Patrick Mahomes, 20 yards down the field with the ball in their hands. But not having Jaden Daniels, if any Commanders fan was asked, listen, we're gonna have a stretch of games, and let's just assume for a second Jaden's playing on Sunday. He might. If you said we're gonna have we're gonna be without Jaden, and we'll give you a 500. You'll see Marcus Mariota comes in and you're able to go 500. After losing you're literally the greatest player on your team. I think we would all sign up for that. I mean, the other side is losing either all of them or most of them, and obviously we're better than the Raiders, but your backup quarterback comes in and plays a certain amount of games, you're hoping you can go 500 during that stretch.
Yes, and when you have a guy like Mariota running a system like this, I think that you're hoping for a little bit more. You know what I mean? 2 out of 3, and you know what?
We should have won.
Going to Atlanta, I didn't like it. That's all. I didn't like that we didn't come out with a more favorable ending. Whatever. It was a tough game to watch. It was hard. It's 2 of the 4 have been frustrating as shit.
Yep. But here's the cool thing also, and I think it's somewhat taking place in college football as well, but only because they're also it's a professional level of football. I'm not talking about school rah-rah stuff. And it's for sure happening in the NFL. And that is, there's like teams like are you can look at this this schedule that we have or our record, and you can see like first of all there's 13 games left. A great stretch over 4 or 5 or 6 weeks out of any of the remaining 13 puts us in the absolute driver's seat of our own destiny. Ultimately, over the course of in terms of making the playoffs or not, and there's some tough games on our schedule, no doubt, but there are so many games that we're capable of winning, and also so many games that if we're playing healthy and the way that we're playing
a big deal.
Our style of football, and Debo, which means Debo Samuel's having a huge year, which means our running game is racking up yards. Then you're probably able to beat a team like Kansas City on the road. Then you're probably able to compete with either Denver or Detroit. That you should be able to stomp on a team like Miami. So 2-2 out of the gate, given what's going on in the league, and given who we have, like our guys is going to be putting the pads on again. Jaden Daniels, like this isn't like we're not like Cincinnati. We're not trying to stay alive just for the end of the season. We're going to come back. We have our guy, and we're going to into battle with Jaden Daniels very soon. And anytime you do that, anytime a football team that does that, I mean you stand a very, very good chance. I mean that's what we have in store for us.
And that's why we haven't harped on it.
Yeah.
We love Mariota and the job he's done. Even if he plays the best he can, Jaden Daniels is a difference maker in the league. And I think we know it. I think everyone on the board knows it. And then a lot of smart fans across the league know it. He's, of course, a difference maker, especially if he comes back fully healthy. So if this is what we've done in order to get him back for this game to be fully healthy, not 3/4 of the way last week in Atlanta and get set back for a month or so, then fantastic. That's going to be tremendous because we haven't gotten to see Jaden since last year, really. Nope. Home opener, I mean, it was fun. He did some Jaden stuff. Of course he did, but it wasn't like him out there just styling, profiling. Green Bay was a slog, and we all know it. And he's been out the last 2 weeks. I want to see this guy play some ball. I can't wait to see him do his thing.
I want to know but what he's been doing the last 2 weeks in terms of his training, his VR training, and some of these other stuff, because his ability now to watch 2 weeks of game film of his
You're
guys.
going gamer style on this?
I mean, that's
he's
how he
got
trains.
Nothing else. But Saturday he had a great workout. DQ said it today.
Yes.
And I like that.
I think he's going to be in the mix.
Yeah.
I think doctors will. I don't know. It sounds like he's going to play. I just don't want to. If he does, he does.
I have
if he
no
doesn't,
idea
doesn't.
anymore.
I don't exactly.
I don't even know.
But the thing is, if he doesn't play, I don't like. Obviously, if he plays, I feel a whole lot better about our chances of winning. No offense to Marcus Mariota, but if he doesn't play, I expect us to be competitive. I expect the game to be in question going into the fourth quarter. I expect these things of this team, and I do. This is a great measuring stick game, really like a first quarter poll. Take it easy. Stay with me, everybody. Keep it classy. This is where it's like how high up the pole, is that a pole? Is it like a Mayflower?
You must
Mayday?
be asking the board because you said stick with me, and I'm trying.
Stay with me.
Stay with me.
This is a good team, and these are absolute playoff contenders. And this is the kind of football team that beating if we beat these guys, that means something.
Yeah, you beat a 3-1 team on the road.
Yep.
After crossing the country, after taking it on the chin down south, back-to-back road games. That's a huge victory. I do believe. Well, I don't want to get into it at this point, but I said in the preseason, these guys scare me. Their defense scares me. But I really had all this confidence in our defense, and I really did believe in the fact that we walled up, manned up, sacked up, whatever you want to say. We got to show it. We got to show it. I'm not sure how these guys get shut out by the Panthers. The coordinator leaves the booth and comes down to the field and then just puts a wallop on us. And I know
I can't get past you. All I can hear you say is we have to sack up and we have to show it. And all that's all I heard.
Well, it's true.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
I mean, I'm not saying that I want to specifically see it. I want to celebrate in the aftermath of this sack showing.
In the aftermath of seeing it?
Yeah, I mean, and what a vibe. You know what I mean?
But the aftermath is for real. And of the aftermath of seeing it.
Yeah, the post-sack ritual.
The post-sack, even the post-seeing of the sack ritual.
Yeah.
It's
like a Medusa scenario, but never mind.
But it is. Like with the Scragglers. I would say that I want to go last, but do you want to go first for your score prediction?
No one's going to really like it. But yeah, I got us losing 31-21.
Okay.
And
that you had that as a loss at the
beginning.
I know.
A back-to-back road trip across the country, and I thought we would have beaten Atlanta. I believe I would have said that, and this would have been a loss. And I still feel like it's just really hard, especially for a bunch of old sacked dudes, just to get them sacks off that Atlanta tarmac and drop them back off in DC and have to sack all the way out west. And it just doesn't really happen that much in the NFL against good teams. 3-1 teams that are supposed to be playoffs. That is not got the American Airlines tag on it, but whatever. I'm just saying, I think it's a tough one. I think we lose this week, and I think it's some things have to change, and we got to make some adjustments, and a lot of that is getting healthy. So I don't know. We'll see about Cosme. We'll see about Jaden. We'll see about Terry. Whatever. It's hard for me to say we're going to win, knowing what I know after I saw what I saw, and I don't care about their tackles. I don't know who their backups are, so I'm not just going to blindly go all in because we gotta play some goddamn defense. And how about this? Let's take the ball from the other team more than they take it from us, like by a lot.
Yep.
Because I'm done with this. 4 weeks, we got one, and it was the only bad play Penix made all day. Although when he missed, the only time I think it might have been first, but I thought the only incompletion he missed on second down was Bijan and go up on the left, and he like short armed it, and I was like, why is there no one by Bijan? He leads the team in receiving coming in, yardage rushing, yardage receiving, kind of a big deal. And he was running around in the pass game. He was running around naked a lot. He had 9-yard rushes, 3 of the first 5 freaking first downs. Homeboy goes for 9. Like, it's like 9 running the ball on first down, demoralizing. 4th and 2, demoralizing. 5 separate times, second 12 or above, that they got a first down. Those things they don't just wear out a fan. They wear out a goddamn defense.
And I didn't want to harp on it last week because I was trying to be, I was trying to stay positive inside my own headspace.
I'm trying.
But Bijan Robinson is one of the best players in the league. He's literally a generational talent. He's just, I mean, like he's Saquon level. You know what I mean? Like there's very few guys like him.
Right.
And if you're going to game plan an offense around a guy, he's the best. Literally one of like the top 2 or 3 guys that you could possibly do it for, and they did it. And we struggled to keep up with it. I mean, that's just all there is to it. I mean, Bijan Robinson is good enough to win a game in this 2025 NFL. And in many ways, you could say that he did. Obviously, he did it with the help of the other 10 guys and the guy calling the plays. But every single, all the way down to the high school level, everyone watching that game was like, "Yeah, that's what I would have done. Get it to number 7."
Hey, you and I both agree this. I've called him All-Guyer forever, but Algier is a damn good football player, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he rushed the ball 16 times. He was very effective. We all saw it. 16 times. 13 of those rushes were for 3 yards or less. That's not the case with Bijan. He had 17 rushes. More than half of those rushes were for 5 yards or more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's exactly what you're talking about. Algier is a goddamn good football player, and we're going to see a bunch of guys like him. We're not going to see a bunch of guys like Bijan. That's a fact. Those guys essentially had the same amount of rushes. One guy had his 80 plus, one guy had 57. He had one 15-yard TD run, and that's what separated him. But 13 of the 16, we held Algier to 3 or less. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's good ball. It was a lot of timing, some shitty third downs, and our ability to just pull our pants down and not play defense on second down was grotesque. Not just to see, Just
It was.
the level of competition on
Hey.
second down. Whatever the hell we were doing, we got to fix it.
Greg, we're gonna rehash. I mean, this is the
I
this is
get
the
it.
last
I don't
time.
want to either, but
No.
a couple whiskeys, Greg. You should drink along with us. You'll see.
Greg, are you doing this 95 thing or what? That's how we're gonna close out the show tonight. We got 10 minutes left. Greg's gonna show us. Greg's going to give us. I think it's like something about.
By the way, we
1995.
were kind of hybriding the hash of the Chargers and the Falcons based on why we think what's going to happen this week. And
So my prediction. I hate my prediction, but I think I said to myself, I have to do this prediction once this year, and I think this is the week I have to do it. I think this is a tie. I think this game ends in a tie.
fuck.
I don't want that to happen.
You just were at the 40-40 club all night last night, just hanging and banging.
Something tells me that this is going to be one of the dumber games you've had
You're
to
going
sit yourself
straight
through. We've all watched ties. I've been up close and personal to NFL ties. We just saw one the other night. It just boggled. The fact that it even happens is crazy to me.
Green Bay and Dallas and us, if there's no more ties, will not have a tiebreaker.
That's right.
I know you love that shit, don't you?
All of it. Well, as you know, Kevin, a tie helps a good team. It hurts a bad team.
Man, ties are great for mathletes. I'm just gonna say it.
Ties. All right. So wait. Oh, he has to do the graphics. Sorry. All right. We'll do that for next week, Greg. I'll make the graphic. You're right. The graphic needs to be made for that. It's a graphic segment. Warning: this segment will be graphic next week.
Good.
So I don't really have a decent prediction. I mean, obviously, I had us down as a win going into the season. We're 2-2. I don't know who's playing quarterback. I think literally that's like it's not where my heart is. I'd love to see us win. I'd love to see us play well. All of it. I'd love to see us not have any more injuries. I'd love to see us just get to week 6 with a lot of warm bodies.
I'd love to take a pony ride home from this
Yes.
house in an hour and a half.
I'd like to teach the world to sing, obviously. But this game has defensive struggle, especially if Marcus Mariota is a quarterback, which I think Jaden will play, but I'm like kind of saying to myself, this is Marcus Mariota's, week 3, but I love him against Jim Harbaugh. The way Jim Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh is as much of an offensive guy. Like I think his like imprint is on the defense. Like that's like his style of play is stop the run and run the ball, old school as it gets. And he's done it everywhere he's gone, and he's done it great. It's like, wait, has anyone else thought of this?
That's why those khakis be stanking.
I mean, is Dockers even
What
around
good
anymore?
coach doesn't have smelly ass khakis? Just be honest.
Well, now they make them with that like the wick-proof, waterproof.
That's
stuff.
the worst part. It traps.
It's a life.
It
It's there for
traps
life.
all that. It traps all that
It's
nasty.
like a marinade.
Especially when he just folds them up and puts them on top of the locker and just slaps them on the next day. No D's.
What do the whiskey people call it when they pour like the last bit of every bottle? It's like called an infinity jar. Like every time a bottle's at the end, they pour like the last like half a sip into this jar and they fill it up. I think it's called they call it an infinity jar.
And how did that trigger from stanky khakis?
Because those
eyeballs?
khakis, every time you just deposit a little stank into that infinity jar of stank that are called khakis.
They're like all the stank of every O-line coach that has ever bumped into a Harbaugh
It's like a stank
family
bank.
member.
It's a straight stank bank.
It really is. And
That's what those pants are.
Well, now I know why he doesn't wash them.
I think I got there, honestly.
No, you might have.
The stank bank.
But I'm just saying, like, guys, just don't scratch your television screens when he's on it this week. I'm promising you.
Don't do
These
it.
new televisions will shoot a stank out that whatever.
Infinity bottle. It is called. Thank you, EO. I knew my whiskey guy
I've
would get
never
for me.
heard of that.
I never had it either until I went to Louisville, Kentucky to see the distilleries. And everywhere I went, they would talk about this infinity bottle. I'm like,
All these delicious different blends get poured into
what
one
are you talking about? What is this?
hobgoblin of.
And some like a lady doing the tasting, she'd be like, "You guys pour this into your, whatever." And some guys like infinity bottle, and I'm like, "Other people know about this? What is this?" And yeah, they're like literally they'll get like a bottle full of like the last sip of a million different bottles. I don't think it ever tastes great. I think it's just like
Yeah.
meant to. It's just something.
That's something that's above my whiskey pay grade.
Me too. EO tried it. How was it? It didn't taste good. Tell me that it tasted terrible.
He said
It
it's
had to.
he said it's gross.
Okay, good.
Well, I get it. It's yeah. And here's the deal. There's a certain hour of the evening that we should all be cheering for the infinity bottle, especially if it's the only bottle of anything left. At that point, it becomes.
I mean, is it just like seeds and stems, or is it more like just like a you know what I'm saying? Like, is it a scrape?
Well, that's true because I remember back in the day, we just pile everything in.
Pile everything
now
in.
It's like, whoa, how dare you?
Okay.
How dare you splash indica into my sativa, Ken?
That's right.
Now I'll be asleep all night. No, back then you just took the whiskey that you got and you smoked it just fine.
But what do they do with the last sip of their infinity bottle?
I knew there was going to be a mind bender coming.
That's the question. Now you're asking the right questions. If this was that Progressive commercial, he would say you're asking the right questions. This is something we need to be digging into.
The sourdough starter that's like 70 years old dies because the fridge went out when you were on vacation.
We're going to add this to our investigation. So far,
hotels for that.
Tonight's show has resulted in 2 investigations. We're investigating kicker balls. You're in charge.
Nope.
And we're investigating the last sip of an infinity bottle. Greg's in charge. Let me know about those kicker balls.
Yeah, new infinity bottle. Do you wash out the old one?
It's like you burn it. Maybe you have to like put it on like a raft into the river.
Something
and
tells
like,
me there's a weird ceremony
with like a bone and like a Viking funeral where you like light it on
I
fire.
knew there's gonna be some weird Caucasian shit.
Flaming arrow. Yeah. Oh yeah. Old like the oldest Caucasian thing. Shit. Some Saxon Viking.
Light something on fire. Shoot something.
Send it down the river on fire.
Yes.
And like that's how she wanted to go.
And no, then it's no longer infinity. See, I knew where Greg was headed with this, but
then it's ended.
I know.
Oh yeah, so it's it.
I know.
It's infinity.
We could just all day long.
It's true.
Which I'm. Listen, we don't have an infinity bottle, but we're loaded. We can.
We are loaded for bear. We are loaded for bear. I wanted to. I guess since we're not doing the 95 movie thing tonight, we'll go out on a question that. So I always ask this question before whenever we're doing a pregame, and that is if this player plays at above his potential. If this that's a bad way of wording it because that could, if this guy plays the way we need him to play, we win this game. Is that a good question, or is it more of if we need this guy to have a good game for us to win?
I don't know because I don't really have a great feel for us yet.
All right.
I mean, Terry's been not Terry-ish. Jaden hasn't been Jaden-ish. And Terry and Jaden are the heart and soul of this damn, at least obviously the O-line's always the heart and soul, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this. If Debo goes off, that means that we've had a very good day against a very good defense. If Debo Samuel goes off, then we've had a very good day because for him to go off, that means we have to have some success in the run game. He's just not the type of guy who's going to run down the field by everyone, although he can, as he showed. He can. That's just not his. The guy's so versatile. If he goes and gets his, if Debo has a stat line that we're like, oh, yeah, number one, I think that's a huge, huge, huge thing for our offense against that defense. Their offense has been sputtering against defenses I think that we're competitive with, at least as our defense in my head is. But we'll see. We'll see. I think we're going to have a hard time stopping their passing attack. If they have any success running the ball whatsoever with Big Omarion and keeping plays alive.
We need a couple drops for Quentin. We need to get into the beauty of Justin Herbert is for us is if we can contain him in the pocket, our advantage with Payne and Kinlaw in the middle is going to be good enough to get sacks because Justin Herbert will step up into the pocket because he's not afraid to. He's 6'5", 6'6".
He's not afraid to make mistakes either.
He's a giant, but he's also smart enough now to identify the quick read out of any situation. And like Justin Herbert's a guy at this level, at this point of his career, he's a guy who could beat you. So many quarterbacks before. But Justin Herbert, the key for us, Omarion Hampton has to have like zero success. Like he has to be stopped in the interior. He has to be completely eliminated from the game because Ladd's going to get his.
He hasn't been, and he will, of course. He will. He will. He hasn't been in the last week or two. I will also say on defense, I'm going to say Frankie Louvu. He's been getting treated like a big, and if you're missing both your tackles, that tells me a guy like that is going to wreck some havoc.
He's been putting his hand down a lot.
I know, and they've been playing him in that role, I think, because of necessity and pass rush ability. Yeah. But watching him just play regular downs and have a Frankie Louvu type day, he's been solid, but he hasn't been above and beyond kind of the way he was last year. Okay. I want to have him have a Louvu type day out west, where he's going to have many, many fans and folks coming into LA from all over God's creation to watch him paint his face and wreck some shit on defense. I think my defensive pick would be to see Louvu bringing the iron, bringing the Louvu that he had. I mean, he's due last year
to make an impact. I think it's fascinating because he's not an afterthought, obviously, to us, but when we watch the games, his name doesn't get called a lot. He's not playing a starring linebacker type role.
Nope.
And usually when like a guy goes from OLB to, edge rusher or DE, in whatever scheme, we've had like crazy conversations on our show just when it was me with T since 2015 about transitioning. Is this linebacker better at rushing? I mean, we've talked about Jeremy Jarman comes to mind. There's like dumb, stupid, like not even
he has left my brain forever
remotely
right now.
Material or relevant.
Jeremy.
Yeah, like, and the fact that Louvu, who is a big time player for us, like he's a producer in our defense, that he's doing what is clearly a different role. It's not being talked about a ton. I mean, I know we see it and it is talked about, but it's not. It's crazy that it's not a bigger story. My guess is if our defense plays like the way it did 2 weeks ago, it might continue to be a non-story, and that could be good.
This odd even shit is maddening, but seems like it would work out this week.
The odd even stuff is everywhere.
Yeah, and it's the week for us to win. And 2-2 is better than 1-3, so I'm happy. But 3-1 would be pole position right now. No, I would never ask to be 4-0 without Jaden starting twice.
Yeah,
never, never, never. But 2-2
3-1 was possible.
Yes, exactly.
It was possible.
And with what we have in the future, it was necessary. Now we got to go and steal a couple, which also is possible. It's a crazy ass league.
Yeah, I mean, listen. There's no must-win games in week 4.
No.
Just because.
No.
Just because. But must-win games are coming, and I'm glancing down here to the schedule. And that week 12 bye looks great. Coming out home from Madrid against the Dolphins, who look very beatable. But this is the cool thing about our schedule. I mean, look, there's great teams on it. I mean, Kansas City, Detroit, Denver. Minnesota and Philly twice. So those are like really, really good teams in the NFL. I'm not sure. But like if we have Jaden Daniels, like we can beat anybody.
Yeah, Jaden is we need him back so badly. Yeah, I just want to just hang my hat on it. Because we want everyone else, the other 50. Yeah.
There's a guy, I wanted there to be a guy in LA who was doing a basement show to be like, hey, listen, like I say, like Justin Herbert, he's good enough to beat you. Like he could easily be, like we come next Tuesday and talk about how Justin Herbert beat us. And that wouldn't be a shocking thing. Like he's one of the best players in the league. But that's exactly who Jaden Daniels is as well, right this very second.
This amazing defense can be nullified on 3rd and 7 by 5 relentlessly, like everyone else. He will expose you no matter how good you are. Yep. And you can have a spy. You can have the greatest spy of all time. It ain't going to matter with him. It's not going to matter.
But what if our spy is Hardball? Because I think he's a secret agent.
All right. Listen. You give this guy so many cool titles.
I'm just saying, he's so unassuming. Like, why else would you wear Dockers?
He's the man
for the life
with the stand-up khakis. You don't have to hang them up on a thing. They just stand up by themselves.
Stank bank.
You can spray him. You can spray him with right guard spray, which is obviously all he has in his locker. He's got by Menon products only. Aqua Velva, right guard spray, and something for the twig and giggleberries. A little powder, a little talc.
We say that the Dockers are stank banks. These show because over the years they just generate. But the interesting thing is,
I've been a lot of coaching staffs. I've smelled a lot of horrible khakis, sir.
not just the khakis, but like the athletic.
Woo.
So like the Under Armours, especially the originals, they were just got smellier and smellier over time. But you'd put them through the wash, they'd be clean.
Well, Under Armour's maintain that stank. They save it
So
for
I
1.6 trillion years.
call that the plank stank bank.
That is not good. that is not good.
It's not the plank stank bank.
Ken said it
I'm just
twice. I said it was not good twice.
saying. Okay, fair enough. We don't have to say
That is,
it just can't listen. Rhymes. It just happens.
it's true.
The EO, I'm rooting for you, buddy. I know how hard it must be for you to root for the Dodgers. You guys it's so hard being a Dodger fan. I mean, one of these days, you guys are going to get some players. One of these days, all that money and attention and the big bright lights. I just want the Dodgers fans to actually get like a good team to watch one of these days. You know, like,
Come on, man.
you know what I'm saying? Just reward these people. These people need a reward. They never see anything great. This is for my friend Cameron, who says they didn't see anything good today. You know, he's a Dodgers fan.
Clayton Kershaw riding off into the sunset. That was pretty great.
Clayton Kershaw
He's spectacular.
Yeah. Good Lord.
We're talking about, all right, it's got to end with the epic Viking metal song. I don't know if you've read these instructions, but I agree. Let's go to this game with some emotion.
All right.
I mean,
I'm going to give you the epic Viking song. First of all, because I know it. I know exactly what it is that you're talking about. And so I shall play it. Oh, yeah. All right. But I'm going to play it, but we're going to talk about it. I'm just going to go to black on this because this is fantastic. And by the way, that we're live in Central America right now, and we're blowing up in Peru, which is just weird, but true. And here we go. All right.
I love it.
Yeah, this is so good.
So good.
He's Kevin Ricca.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. Listen, love doing it with you. Love doing it with you too, Ken. Happy Tuesday to you boys. Let's come back and celebrate, and hopefully I'm wrong. Let's come back and celebrate next Tuesday.
Tell me if you can hear all this good over the levels. You're leveling us up because I'm working the board tonight. I'm trying to be a little bit of a producer. I hope it's not a tie. And hope we're the winners of a game that I think is just going to be super weird game coming this week. Expect it. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Until then, I'm Ken Meringolo. Thank God it's Tuesday. We are still live.
Have a great Sunday afternoon as well, Greg Martin. EO. Ken Harris, thank you so much, sir. Man, go get a dub sack. Banger. That's a banger. Very good.